Happy Saturday night, everyone, and welcome to the Woodchucks Baseball Network for this Game 2 of a home-and-home set between the Fond du Lac Dock Splatters and your Wausau Woodchucks. Will Charlton here with you tonight. Happy you're joining us on this Saturday night in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Back at Herr-Baker Field for the second of 6 times this season are the Woodchucks, coming off a 2-1 pitching duel win last night where the Woodchucks trailed 1-0 through pretty much the whole entire game up until the 8th when they put up 2 runs off an RBI single by Simon Sherry and an RBI walk that was seen by Jake Baker. And then Brian Ranke went 1-2-3 in the 9th, picking up 2 strikeouts to retire the side and pick up a very close win for the Woodchucks, which is their 19th win of the season. Chucks come in at 19-13, and the Fond du Lac Dock Splatters come in at 11-21. The 6th of 12 times these two teams will face off in the 6th of 6 here in the first half of the season. Speaking of the first half of the season, that is what the big deal is right now for the first place Wausau Woodchucks, who came into this game a game ahead of Wisconsin Rapids. And we will continue to update that score with themselves and Madison as we continue this game. But the Woodchucks, if they win the next 3, as they control their own destiny, they don't have to worry about other results. If they lose one of the next 3, then they do have to worry about those results. And we'll talk scenarios all throughout the game. But first, let's meet the batting order for the Woodchucks. It's Dalton Pearson, Anthony McFarland, Brent Witter, or Jesse Donahoe, then Brent Witter, Drew Berkland, Colin Brigham, Mike McGinnis, Brady Jergella, and then Brennan Holt will be the 9-hitter. We'll introduce the defense for the Dock Splatters in just a moment. But starting pitcher Mason Hill facing off against Dalton Pearson. First pitch. Elevated fastball high for ball 1 to Pearson, 85 miles an hour from Mason Hill. 6:35 p.m. first pitch tonight, exactly like it was scheduled to be. And the 1-0 to the Georgia State Panther Pearson, who was hitless and did not reach base for the first time in 17 games last night. 0 for 4 was Pearson, which honestly, frankly enough, I was shocked that we did not see him reach base at least once. Pearson hits that 2-0 into the infield, and corralling at it over at shortstop is Drew Berrigan to make the grab for out number 1. And Drew Berrigan, the shortstop. The second baseman, Jacob Anderson. On the corners, Luke Nowitzki at third, and at first base, Teddy Dieters. In the outfield, from left to right, Travis Strickler, Connor Cooney, Jared Hines in behind the dish, Lorenzo Rios, and then Mason Hill on the mound, the Aquinas College product. Anthony McFarland steps in for the first time tonight, the 2-hitter for the Woodchucks from University of Cal Riverside. The Moreno Valley, California product, playing in his 3rd game. 3 hits last night in game 1 of this 2-game set for the Woodchucks. All singles. First pitch from Mason Hill. Strike 1 on a fastball. Mason Hill has pitched in 14 1/3 innings so far this season, as he misses outside on the breaking ball to Anthony McFarland. And the 1-1. McFarland fouls it off on the off-speed. So now it's a 1-2 count to Anthony McFarland with 1 out. And McFarland fouls off the 89-mile-an-hour fastball, going right at him with a 1-2 count. Pretty surprising to see that. One, two. Swing and a miss. And McFarland is down on strikes. 2 up, 2 down here for the Woodchucks. Here in the first, Mason Hill, the 6'5", 200 right-hander from Grandville, Michigan. As Hill making overall his 8th appearance and 2nd start of the season. Like mentioned, 14 1/3 innings pitched. He has struck out 12, allowed 8 walks, given up 24 hits, 22 runs, 17 earned. It comes with a 10.76 ERA. 1-0 to Jesse Donahoe. The Georgia State Panther make that 2-0. This past season for Aquinas College, he appeared in 15 games, 7-5 record and 12 starts, 55 and 2/3 innings pitched. Struck out 62 batters, allowing 51 hits, 42 runs, 36 earned. Donahoe fouls off the 2-0, and that makes it a 2-1 count. He's coming in for the third time against the Woodchucks this season, both no decisions. Both relief appearances as well. 2-1. Outside on the fastball, 3-1 count to Donahoe's, looking to keep the inning going for the Woodchucks. Batting .286 on the season, Jesse Donahoe. And the 3-1 from Hill. Donahoe in the air, into right center field, going back and sliding to make the grab is Connor Cooney. Well hit ball by Donahoe. He's robbed of one as Connor Cooney continues his very impressive outfield play in this series. And it's a 1-2-3 for the Woodchucks here in the first. And they'll be out to play some defense when we come back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Now that the Woodchucks are out there on defense after 1-2-3, top of the first, let's see who's out there. In the outfield from left to right, Brady Jergella, Dalton Pearson, Mike McGinnis on the corners. Brent Witter at third. Colin Briggerman at first base. In the middle, Jesse Donahoe at shortstop, Brendan Holt at second base. Behind the dish is catcher Drew Birkland. And on the mound is the Little LM Texas native and the Oklahoma State Cowboy, Dominic Reed, making his first start of the summer and fourth overall appearance. Has an 0-1 record with a 3.6 ERA, a 1.8 walks in hits per innings pitched rate. Has gone 5 full in 3 appearances, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, striking out 3, allowing 5 walks, and has an opposing batting average of .235. It's Star Wars night here at Herr-Baker Field. So the Dock Spiders in home white pants, but then Star Wars themed home jerseys. And the Woodchucks in their road grays with blue sleeves. First pitch from Reed on a fastball. Up and away to Connor Cooney, the center fielder from the College of the Holy Cross. Connor Cooney. 1-0. And then fastball again from Reed, 2-0. Reed, who just finished up his freshman season with Oklahoma State, only made 3 appearances with the Cowboys. 2-0. And that one's low for ball 3. 3-0 count to Connor Cooney. He's looking to be the first base runner of the game. They had some offense working early on in the game yesterday. Had some first inning base runners. No runs though. 3-0. 4-pitch walk. So now with the leadoff man on off 4 pitches, Travis Strickle, the left-handed left fielder from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. And there's the first pitch of a strike thrown by Dominic Reed on a fastball. Like mentioning, he made 3 appearances with a 2.25 ERA, 1.75 whip at Oklahoma State this past spring, 4 innings pitched, 0-1. Outside, ball 1. Struck out a couple, gave up 3 hits, 1 run was earned, 4 walks, and an opposing batting average of .231. Did the right-hander Dominic Reed. 1-1. Up the middle into center field, and that is the first hit of the game as Dalton Pearson corrals it, so that'll advance Connor Cooney over to second base, and now runners on first and second with no outs here in the first. Very similar start on offense to last night for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. The first 2 hitters were on base. It was a leadoff single by Connor Cooney, then a walk by Jack Gorman, who was later on ejected in the game after using an illegal bat. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then Parker Nolan, the DH, grounded into a double play, but up now is Teddy Dieters, the first baseman from Xavier. Ground ball line into Brent Witter's glove. And because Nolan was covering a bag to try and get a force out, that could have been a great chance for a double play, but just a good heads-up defensive play by Brent Witter, and that's the first out of the inning. Teddy Dieters lines out, which brings up the Vanderbilt Commodore, Parker Nolan, who I talked about just a moment ago, grounded into the double play that forced outs 1 and 2 of the inning. First inning yesterday, an inning where the Dock Spiders left a runner at third base stranded. First pitch from the right-hander, Reed to the left-handed hitting. Parker Nolan on the ground. This is going to be a tough play, and there will be no outs recorded. Infield single by Parker Nolan. And the bases are now loaded. So Dock Spiders with 2 hits here in the first inning. Last time these two faced off, there was a 1-0 shutout win for the Dock Spiders a couple of Sundays ago on Father's Day. And Jared Heinzen, the UW Parkside product, steps in. First pitch swinging into left field, 1-0 Dock Spiders. Coming home as well. This could be a close throw, but it won't be in time, and it's 2-0 Dock Spiders. 2 RBI single for Jared Heinzen. Connor Cooney scores. Travis Strickler scores. And Jared Heinzen picks up his 20th hit of the season at RBIs 9 and 10. Already down to the 6th hitter in the batting order for the Dock Spiders, who now lead 2-0. It's Lorenzo Rios, who's the statistically best hitter on this team. And Dominic Reed goes fastball, misses low and outside. To Rios, who's playing in his 14th game, batting .333, 13 hits, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, 6 walks for the catcher of Presbyterian College. And a fastball misses high. 2-0 count. Certainly not the start that Dominic Reed wanted here tonight in his first start of the season. 2-0. 3-0 count. With pitchers like Travis Lutz, Ethan Pecco, a couple of your big starters already gone for the summer. Field manager Brock Moss trying to find some guys who could fill in the starting roles. 3-0. Strike 1 on a fastball. Still only 1 out here with runners on first and second. Already 2 runs for the Dock Spiders. 3-1. Swung through and missed by Rios. Strike 2 on a breaking ball. One of the first breaking balls we've seen from Dominic Reed so far. And now the count is full. Dominic Reed looking for out number 2 here in the first. 3-2. Swung at in the infield. Brendan Holt will just have to play it over to first base. That will advance both base runners as it was too softly hit for a double play. So now 2 down, runners on first and second. Luke Nowitzki, the third baseman from Cal State East Bay, comes to the plate, playing in his 21st game of the season now for the Dock Spiders. First pitch swinging into foul territory and out of play, strike one. Comes in batting .282 with 20 hits, 1 double, 7 RBIs. Has been walked 9 times, scored 9 runs. The Cal State East Bay man from the Oklahoma State Cowboy, Dominic Reed, 0-1, 2 outs. Breaking ball, strike 2. Dominic Reed looking to retire the side and keep this thing a 2-0 ball game. 0-2. In the dirt. And coming on home is Parker Nolan. He'll be in there safely. 3-0 Fond du Lac. Wild pitch scores Nolan. Jared Hines in now at third base, with it being a 1-2 count. That is not exactly the way you want to start off this game if you're Wausau rather. It is if you're Fond du Lac. 1-2. Into the glove of Brendan Holt on a line for out number 3. But the Dock Spiders take a 3-0 lead off a 2 RBI single by Jared Hines and a wild pitch which scores Parker Nolan. The Woodchucks will be back up to bat to try and answer when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Back with you on the Woodchucks Baseball Network for inning number 2 of tonight's matchup as the Dock Spiders starting off hot. They've put up 3 here in the first and lead it 3-0 over the Woodchucks, who are looking to sweep a 2-game set and keep themselves in the driver's seat in the Great Lakes West, as Mason Hill, the right-hander, facing off against 4, 5, 6 in the order for the Woodchucks, starting with Brent Witter, the Evansville ace. Brent Witter, who did not play in last night's game, the 2-1 win for the Woodchucks. 1-0. Ball 2 on the breaking ball, the slider from Mason Hill. Brent Witter, the Sheboygan, Wisconsin native, playing in his 17th game, now batting .303 for the Woodchucks, 20 hits, 2 doubles, 7 RBIs. Inside for ball 3, and the Woodchucks looking for their first base runner of the game. .3-0 to Witter. Inside, ball 4. Leadoff walk here in the second. And Witter, The first base run of the game for the Woodchucks as Mason Hill walks Witter, and Witter has been walked for the 11th time this season, came in with 10, as well as 13 runs scored. And Mason Hill walking his 9th batter of the season, Drew Berklin. That's the 5th straight ball thrown by Mason Hill. So it'll be a 1-0 to Drew Berklin, the Minnesota Golden Gopher from Wayzata, Minnesota. The catcher today. Ball 2, 6th straight thrown by Mason Hill, and we're going to have a little mound visit between Lorenzo Rios and Mason Hill after Hill has kind of been missing his spot these past handful of pitches, especially since in this second he's now thrown 6 balls to start it out. And Drew Berklin, who has 14 walks on the season, sees the ball very well. This is a guy who has 16 hits in the last 11 played, including having a single in last night's game. On a 12-game on-base streak as well, batting .316 this season for the Woodchucks, playing in his 23rd, making his 22nd start. 2-0. Ball 3. Another low fastball. And that's 7 straight balls thrown by Mason Hill to start off this inning. And the 3-0. There's a strike by Mason Hill. 3-1 count to Berklin. Mid-80s numbers so far, Mason Hill's fastball. And the 3-1. High, back-to-back walks on a total of 9 pitches. And that is not a bad way to start off the inning for the Woodchucks, capitalizing on pitching errors. We'll take a couple free bases, why not? As that brings up Colin Brigham, the big first baseman from Oklahoma State University and the native of Smithton, Illinois. Colin Brigham did not play in last night's game on either. Had himself an off day. And first pitch swinging into right field and into the glove of Jared Hines, and tagging up to third base is Brent Witter. So Brigham swing at the first pitch he sees and flies it out to Heinzen. Well hit ball, just got a little too, just not enough of it. But runners now in the corners, only 1 out, as the Woodchucks looking to try and cut into this 3-0 lead and score for the first time a lot faster than they did last night. Like mentioned, didn't score until the bottom of the 8th as the Dock Spiders tried to throw it back over to second to see if Witter didn't tag up in time. He sure did. I guess they're just doing that for the chance he didn't, but obviously he's safe at third base. And now Mike McGinnis, the Georgia State Panther, steps in. Guy who likes to swing early and counts. He won't swing there, though. That's a low fastball outside. McGinnis from Noonan, Georgia. Playing in his 27th game, making his 26th start for Wausau this summer. The right fielder tonight, batting .186 with 18 hits. One of those being a home run. And McGinnis into the air in shallow right field. Jared Heinzen watches it and makes the grab for out number 2. That is a tough way to go out for the Woodchucks, who just needed one to go into the outfield to put up their first run of the game. So Jared Heinzen pretty busy in these past couple of bats. And now after the 2 walks that started off the inning, it's back-to-back flyouts to Jared Heinzen in right field. Brady Jurgell of the Minnesota Golden Gopher looking to get the Woodchucks on the board. And Jurgell fouls off the fastball. And it hit the throwing hand of Lorenzo Rios, it looks like. Field manager Doug Coe is going to go out there and make sure Rios is all right. And it looks like he is. It's always a good sign to see. Brady Jurgell, the Menasha, Wisconsin native, who played last night and has played back-to-back games now Dragella last night was batting in the exact same 8 spot. He was 0 for 3 with a walk, so that extended what is now a 21-game on-base streak for Dragella. And adding a 22nd game to that right here would be big. Dragella into left field. RBI single. Brent Witter trots on home. I timed that pretty well. And Dragella scores the first run of the game for the Woodchucks, and believe it or not, the first run of this season here at Herr-Baker Field. As in the first game, the Woodchucks did not score a run, only had 4 hits in the entire game against the Dock Spiders. Now Brennan Holt with runners on first and second still. Swings and misses, strike 1. Brennan Holt, the Oklahoma State Cowboy, not having exactly the best season so far from the plate. Hitting-wise, that is. The second baseman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and curveball in there from Mason Hill for strike 2. Holt needs to protect the plate now. Brennan Holt. Playing his 12th game, starting his 11th, batting 133 for Wausau, 0-2. And another curveball from Mason Hill, but that misses just inside. Brennan Holt thought about it, but then laid off. If he can get on base, Dalton Pearson is up. And that would be a great time for Pearson to try and break an 0 for 5 series so far. 1-2. Holt into foul territory along the third baseline. Luke Nowitzki was trying to make a play on it, but couldn't, and Holt stays alive 1-2. Holt has 4 hits, 4 RBIs, 7 walks, 7 runs, and 4 stolen bases for the Woodchucks so far this summer. As we will try the 1-2 once again. With 2 outs, runner still on first and second. And Holt swings and misses. And that is how the inning will end. Mason Hill picks up his second strikeouts. And the Woodchucks only put up 1 here, so they are still down 3-1. As the Dock Spiders will be back up to hit when we return on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Bottom of the second inning coming your way here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network, as it's a Fond du Lac lead of 3-1 after the Woodchucks add 1. Brady Dragella hitting an RBI single, scoring Brent Witter in the top of the second, and Dominic Reed and the Woodchucks back out there on defense, as they'll be facing off against 8-9 then top, starting with the Michigan State Spartan Jacob Anderson. Jacob Anderson just finished up his freshman year with Michigan State and takes first pitch strike from Dominic Reed. Already more runs scored total than last night's game in just an inning and a half of gameplay here at Herr-Baker Field. 3 runs total in last night's game, already 4 here. Into the bottom of the second inning we go. 1-1 to Anderson. Way inside, and it looked like it might have hit him, but just missed him. It's a 2-1 count to Anderson, who's playing in his 17th game, batting 159 with 7 hits for Fond du Lac. And the 2-1 taken low on a breaking ball, and it's a 3-1 count. And that is a walk to Jacob Anderson. Leadoff man aboard once again on a walk for Fond du Lac here in the second. So now Drew Berrigan, the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical product, the 9-hitter, takes off speed from Dominic Reed for strike 1. The shortstop today, Drew Berrigan, batting 167 on the season for the Dock Spiders. 1-0, strike 1, throw over to the stealing Jacob Anderson. He's in there safely. Jacob Anderson stealing his 3rd base of the season. Berrigan with 9 hits, 3 doubles, 1 RBI, 3 walks, 5 runs. And the 1-1 from Reed misses on the breaking ball for strike or ball 2. Two-one array with a runner scored position here. Hit off foul. The 9-hitter Berrigan, who did not play in last night's game 1. Jacob Anderson was the guy who came in for Jack Gorman and did not get an at-bat. 2-2 to Berrigan. The pitch. Hit into left center field. That's a gap shot. And making an easy trot home is Jacob Anderson. Heading to second is Berrigan. And that's a standing up double, 4-1 Dock Spiders. Fourth hit of the game already for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders as Dominic Reed getting pelted so far. And the Dock Spiders really looking good trying to play spoilers to the Woodchucks. First pitch to Connor Cooney, low for ball 1. You have to wonder how much longer Dominic Reed is going to go for in this game. 1-0. Hit into right field, and that also has extra base written all over it. Drew Berrigan's coming on home, and Connor Cooney into second. He's going for third, and that's going to be a triple for Connor Cooney. 5-1 Fond du Lac. Connor Cooney picks up his 2nd triple of the season, RBI number 15. And this one's kind of getting out of hand already. Three in the first, 2 in the second already for Fond du Lac. A team who only put up 1 run the whole game last night. One-0. Outside, 2-0. Travis Schlickler, 1 for 1. Also with the runs scored in the first. And Drew Berkle makes a good stop for ball 3. There is already someone loosening up and throwing in the Woodchucks bullpen. 3-0. Low outside corner for strike one to Strickler. Well, if this game is going to go how it seems like it might, as this is a ground ball over to Brendan Holt, who just had to make the play over to first for out number one, but it's 6-1 Dock Spiders now. As coming on home is Connor Cooney. Three runs already with only one out here in the second. 6-1 Dock Spiders. And like I was saying, if this game is going to go like it seems like it's probably will at this point, Woodchucks are going to need some help. Ground ball to Brent Witter, and he can't field it cleanly. Infield single for Teddy Dieters. Fond du Lac all over the Woodchucks so far as Ross Davis going to head out and talk to Dominic Reed before Reed will face off against Parker Noland. But now I get a chance to finally finish what I was saying. Woodchucks are definitely going to need some help from Wisconsin Rapids, and they're going to want to win the next two against Lakeshore for sure if this game is going to go the way it seems like it's going to at this point. It's already 6-1 Dock Spiders. Last time the Woodchucks got down the big hole early, it was a 10-2 loss to Lakeshore. Dominic Reed not even an inning and a third through with the game. And the Dock Spiders are all over the Woodchucks so far. Definitely not the way you want this game to go if you're Wausau, who is trying to control your own destiny and stay in first place in the Great Lakes West. They don't own the tiebreaker with Wisconsin Rapids, as Wisconsin Rapids 4-2 against the Woodchucks so far in this first half of the season. And Wisconsin Rapids, who is the team that the Woodchucks have to watch out for, currently on top of Madison, looking to sweep the Mallards. That's in the bottom of the seventh at Warner Park. It's 3-0. Mallards only with 2 hits in the game. So if the Rafters win tonight and the Woodchucks lose, Wisconsin Rapids takes over the tie for first place. 2-0. Swing and a miss by Parker Nolan. 2-1 count. Only one out here in the bottom of the second, and they already have 3 runs scored. 2-1. Off speed for strike 2. Parker Nolan, who had the infield single in his first at bat, hits this one into left field on a pop-up. Jurgella's watching it and makes out number 2. So now 2 outs here in the second, but already 3 runs scored. Teddy Dieters still at first base. And now the right fielder, Jared Heinzen, up for the second time already. You know the game's probably going right if the 5-hitter is batting for the second time in the second inning. Jared Heinzen takes low and inside. Or outside, rather. Ball 1. 1-0 counts between the UW Parkside man and the Oklahoma State Cowboy. And he checks back over to first base with Colin Brigham. Nothing doing. The Woodchucks are going to have to get their bats going in a big way come the top of the third if they want to stay in this thing. Heinzen thought about it but laid off the 1-0 inside for ball 2. In fact, I'd say if you're the Woodchucks, you probably want to put up at least 3 or 4 in the third to somewhat feel comfortable. Hits this one into right field. Mike McGinnis watches it and corrals it for out number 3. But the Dock Spiders, their offense has come alive in a big way, and they already have 6 runs through 2 innings on offense. They lead it 6-1 after 2 here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Dalton Pearson leads off the top of the third inning for the Woodchucks here, as he's looking to break an 0-for-5 streak here. And this one hit into shallow center field. And making the grab for Fond du Lac is Jacob Anderson. Quick out number one here in the third. Dalton Pearson retired for the second time in the game already. He's now 0-for-6 in this two-game set. So already one quick out. Brings up Anthony McFarland. The 11-21 Dock Spiders, well on their way to playing a very good spoiler to the Woodchucks here tonight. McFarland in the air and popped right into the glove of Teddy Dieters, out number two. Two pop-outs. And now the Dock Spiders looking to go 1-2-3 for the second time against these Woodchucks in order of 1-2-3. Anthony McFarland, who had two hits in his first two at-bats last night against Sebastian Guzman, now 0-for-2 against Mason Hill. And Jesse Donahoe looking to keep the inning alive, takes low for ball one on the fastball. Like I said, in the first half of the inning, the Woodchucks could really use some offense to get going here in the third. And a fastball way inside from Mason Hill. Ball two to Jesse Donahoe. And Jesse Donahoe from Columbus, Georgia, playing in his 28th game, making his 27th start for the Woodchucks. And he takes ball three. Looking to be a two-out base runner now with a 3-0 count. Mason Hill already giving up two walks in this one. Only one hit, and it was an RBI single from Brady Jurgella. 3-0. Strike one. Right down the middle. Donahoe hitting .286, 28 hits, which is second most on the team. 5 doubles, which is second most on the team. 2 triples, which leads the team. 2 home runs, 18 RBIs, 16 runs, 18 walks, which leads the team. Donahoe into center field. It will drop for a 2-out single here. So he is on. Second hit of the game for the Woodchucks, who are trailing by 5 runs already. And now comes the Evansville ace, Brent Witter, who picked up his 20th hit of the season in the 14-0 shutout win over Green Bay. 4 hits, a part of what was 16 total hits in the game for the Woodchucks. Brent Witter responsible for a fourth of them. And he takes outside ball one. 5 balls thrown from between Mason Hill and Brent Witter. He has not seen a strike yet, and now he does. Ted Dutcher calls him on a strike, the home plate umpire tonight. The same umpiring crew last night which, since it's such a blowout so far, and Brent Witter hits this one into center field, and Connor Cooney is watching it and grabs it for out number 3. Another quick outing and inning for the Woodchucks on offense, and it's still 6-1 Dock Spiders through 2.5 here at Herr-Baker Field. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Dominic Reed's night is done already after 2 full innings, allowing 6 hits and 6 runs. Walking 2 and striking out none, Theo Zeidler, the Bradley Brave, comes in for a 6th time this season. He's 0-1, with the one loss being to these Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. And the first loss in the first game played here at Herr-Baker Field between these two. That game being on June 18th on Father's Day, 2 Sundays ago now. He's gone 10 1/3 innings pitched with a 6.1 ERA, a 1.84 walks and hits per innings pitched rate. Has struck out 3, allowed 13 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 6 walks, and has an opposing batting average of .302. He's facing off against 6, 7, 8 here in the third, starting with Lorenzo Rios, the catcher. And Zeidler's first fastball gets way away from him. Ball 1. Lorenzo Rios, the Yorkville, Illinois native, by way of Presbyterian College, 1-0. Misses just outside for ball 2 from Zeidler. Zeidler facing off against the Dock Spiders for the 2nd time this season. And this one hit way in the air and foul by Lorenzo Rios. Zeidler in that game against the Dock Spiders came in relief for Ethan Pecco. In one of Pecco's final few starts that he had, among being one of the best pitchers in the Northwoods League for his handful of starts he had. 3-1 to Rios. Zeidler, fastball, ground ball over to Brigham, and he'll go over and tag the base himself for out number 1. First time in the game, the leadoff man has not been aboard for the Dock Spiders. There's 2 leadoff walks. As I mentioned, Zeidler actually facing off against the Dock Spiders for the 3rd time in the 0-1 loss. He picked up the loss when 2 full innings, allowing 3 hits, the 1 run of the game, walk 2. And the first time he faced off against the Dock Spiders was in the 7-6 loss for the Woodchucks, a game where they came back down 6-2. This one hit into shallow center. It will drop, and that is a single off the bat of Luke Nowitzki. And now, through not even 3 full innings pitched on defense for the Woodchucks, 8 of 9 Fond du Lac hitters have at least reached base. The only one who hasn't so far is Lorenzo Rios. Jacob Anderson up for the second time. Takes outside and away from Zeidler on the breaking ball. Zeidler the first time went 2 1/3 against the Dock Spiders in that 6-7 loss. Allowed 1 hit only and 1 walk, so a very solid outing from Zeidler there. Ground ball to Brent Witter. It goes underneath his glove and it goes into left field, back-to-back singles. And Anderson picks up his first hit of the game and is on base for the second time. Nowitzki now at second, and the Dock Spiders are ready with 8 hits here, which is double what they had last night. Only 4 hits in the game last night for the Dock Spiders. And they have 8 already and not even 3 full innings on offense. And now the 9-hitter Drew Berrigan up, who had an RBI double in his first at-bat. Ground ball to Brent Witter. 5-4. 3, no, not 3, but they do get out the runner at second base in Jacob Anderson. But Luke Nowitzki now at third, and with 2 outs, runners are on the corners. So now Connor Cooney up for the third time in 3 innings. And yes, it has been that kind of game so far. But the Woodchucks are looking for their first scoreless inning on defense. Cooney already 1 for 1 with an RBI triple, 2 runs, and a walk. Honestly, that's probably what might be one of the best starts you could have to a game, especially in just 2 at-bats and 2 innings. It's definitely not as good as 2 home runs would be, but it's right up there. Realistically speaking, of at-bats, that is. Zeidler off speed for strike 1. The Bradley Brave from Swamico, Wisconsin, Theo Zeidler, looking to give the Woodchucks their first scoreless inning of the game. Has already allowed a couple of hits. And Cooney takes strike 2 on a fastball. 1-2 to the College of the Holy Cross product. One, 2. Swing and a miss. Zeidler picks up a strikeout, and Cooney down off the breaking ball. But the Woodchucks put up their first scoreless inning on defense, and it's still 6-1 Fond du Lac through 3 here at Herr-Baker Field. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But 1 person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of 1.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Top of the 4th inning, Will Charlton with you here tonight on the Woodchucks Baseball Network, as the Woodchucks looking to cut into this lead by a little bit more, and they'll start with the 5-hitter Drew Berkland, the Minnesota Golden Gopher, who got the second base in the second. And he hits this one into right field. Popped up. Jared Heinzen's watching it and lets it fall into his glove. Colin Brigham up for the second time with one out here. In the top of the fourth. Flew out to right field in this first at bat, which kind of, I wouldn't say detriment of the Woodchucks, but definitely made their chance to score runs in the second a little harder. Breaking ball getting way away from Mason Hills into his fourth inning of work. It's looked pretty solid as he came with a 2-3 record and a 10.67 ERA. You just never know with a pitcher like that how they'll look, and he's looked very good so far today. 1-0. Brigham takes breaking ball in their first strike one. Brigham, fun fact, is Grandpa Rick is at the game today, and he said if any of Colin's family is listening today, he wanted me to tell and extend the message that he's doing just fine. His words exactly. And Colin taking the fastball from Mason Hill, swings through it, and it's a 1-2 count. The Oklahoma State Cowboy Colin Brigham. 1-2 from Hill, fouled off on a fastball. Right into the dugout of the Dock Spiders. Brigham playing in his 13th game for the Woodchucks, batting .306 with 15 hits, 5 doubles, a home run, 10 RBIs, 8 walks, 9 runs scored, slugging it at a percentage of .469, and is on base a percentage of .433. 1-2 again. Brigham into left field, and that's a single here in the top of the fourth. And the third hit of the game, rather, for the Woodchucks. So the Woodchucks will be looking to keep the offense moving here after Brigham picks up his 16th hit as a Woodchuck this summer. And his 8-game hit streak is now a 9-game hit streak. So got to start counting the positives in a game like today as Brigham now with hit in the last 9 games. McGinnis over to third base, 5-4-3 double play. And that ends the inning. 6-1 Dock Spiders as we head into the bottom of the fourth here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Bottom of the fourth inning here as the Dock Spiders up 6-1. And they'll look to extend this 6-1 lead as Travis Strickler, the 2-hitter, is leading off the fourth. And he swings and misses off the breaking ball by Zeidler for strike one. Zeidler putting up the first scoreless inning of the game for the Woodchucks on defense back in the third. 0-1. Hit into right field. And Travis Strickler has the second hit of the game already. The first baseman, Sidney Peters. 2-1. 2-1 And now Teddy Dieters, the first baseman, up for the third time, 1 for 2. And with no outs here. In the fourth, he's looking to get it going for the Dock Spiders once again. Dieters fouls off. First pitch from Zeidler. Zeidler, who is coming off a spring where he made 6 appearances with 3 starts for Bradley, went 0-2 with a 9.95 ERA. And the 0-1. Ground ball right in the infield, but does roll foul. That was a really odd-looking ball from Dieters, but nonetheless, he's down 0-2. It was almost acting like a bunt would, and then it ends up in foul territory. Zeidler this past spring at Bradley, 2.68 whip, 6 1/3 total pitched. Struck out 6, allowed 12 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned, 5 walks, and had an opposing batting average of .414 his freshman season with the Bradley Braves of the Missouri Valley Conference. And he's got the Xavier man, Teddy Dieters, down 0-2. And Zeidler checks over to first base with Colin Bregman, who's holding Travis Strickler over there. Dieters, the Xavier Musketeer. And that one gets away from Drew Berkland. And heading to third base is Travis Strickler. He'll be in there safely. A pass ball that ends up putting Strickler at third base now. That is not the ideal way the inning should start for the Woodchucks here. One, two. Swing and a miss on an outside pitch. And the breaking ball is the second strikeout for Theo Zeidler. Teddy Dieters down swinging. One out brings up the Vanderbilt Commodore, Parker Noland. Nolan playing his 5th game, batting .286 so far for the Dock Spiders. And that one taken outside. Last night in Game 1, he was also the DH. And he went 0 for 3 with a walk. And he's already batting for the 3rd time here in this one. It's only the 4th inning. 1-0. And it misses low on the fastball for strike or ball 2. Parker Nolan, 2 of his hits are a double and a home run, 2 of the 4, that is. 2-0. Fastball strike 1 from Zeidler. 2 RBIs, 4 walks, 3 runs, and 14 total at-bats so far coming into this game for Parker Nolan, who is 1 for 2 so far today. 2-1, way outside on a fastball, 3-1. Parker Nolan. And that one's in there for strike 2 on the breaking ball from Zeidler. Full count now. One out. Payoff pitch. Inside. Gets away from Berkland. Coming home is Strickler. He'll be safe at 7-1 Fond du Lac. And now the right fielder up for the 3rd time, Jared Heinzen. 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI single is the UW Parkside man. Zeidler, first pitch. Swung at into center field on a line. Dalton Pearson makes the grab for out number 2. And Heinzen down for the 2nd time. And Lorenzo Rios, who is the only guy so far for the Dock Spiders who has not reached base. If he gets on base, all 9 hitters will have already been on in just 4 innings. First pitch outside. 1-0. Parker Nolan still at first base. Zeidler outside again, 2-0. Rios came into this one with the highest batting average on the team of players who would be considered eligible. And Zeidler checks over to Parker Nolan at first base, and Briggerman does not lay on the tag in time. Two-0. And Rios swings through the off-speed changeup by Zeidler. 2-1 now from Zeidler. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And Rios fouls that one off. 2-2 count. Woodchucks will end the first half on the road, and then we'll start the second half right back here at Herr-Baker Field. That will be a Tuesday, 4th of July matchup between the Dock Spiders and the Woodchucks. As the Woodchucks well in jeopardy of falling to 0-2 on the season so far here at Herr-Baker Field. That one down the first base line and foul by Rios. Ahead of it on the pole, the left-handed batting Rios. Oh for 2, like mentioned, the only Dock Spider who has not reached base yet in this game. Which feels kind of crazy to say 3 2/3 into the game on offense for the Dock Spiders. So we'll try the 2-2 once again. And that one's hit into foul territory. Drew Berklin will watch it go into the stands. And it was caught by the cameraman standing right in front of me, actually. Very impressive. Fell right into the hand of the cameraman right in front of me. Right in front of my box here. That was fun to watch. Very nice. Very, very nice. So we'll try the 2-2 once again. And that one hit the hand of Lorenzo Rios. He's over at first base, and that means every batter has reached base so far for the Dock Spiders here today. Runners at first and second now with 2 outs. Luke Nowitzki, the third baseman, 1 for 2, had the single back in the 3rd. As Theo Zeidler looking to retire the side here in the 4th. Tomorrow, the Woodchucks will be in Lakeshore for a 3rd time at Capco Park. As Zeidler goes off speed for strike 1 to Nowitzki for the first of 2 tomorrow against Lakeshore in Mequon. The 5th and 6th time, the Woodchucks will see the Chinooks this first half. The worst they can do against Lakeshore is finish 500, as they are already 3-1 against the Chinooks and 1-1 at Capco Park. And based off how this game is going, they're going to need a sweep of the Chinooks to win the first half of the season in the Great Lakes West. 0-2 to Nowitzki from Zeidler. And the fastball is just low. Berklin can't corral it at first, but does not allow the lead runner Parker Nolan to advance to third base. So it's a 1-2 count. One, two. Zeidler, the pitch. Taken low by Berklin, and both runners are going to advance to the next base. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the Dock Spiders, with Luke Nowitzki looking to increase this 7-1 lead. 2-2. Ground ball. Jesse Donahoe plays it. Gloves it. Throws it to Briggerman for out number 3. And that will end this bottom of the fourth inning. We're heading into the fifth. It's 7-1 Fond du Lac. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Top of the fifth inning coming your way here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. 7-1 Dock Spiders as they are looking to even the season series at 3 apiece into the second half, where they'll be starting off with a home-and-home set. One game here at Herr-Baker Field on Tuesday, and then back to Athletic Park on Wednesday, which is also the next home game for the Woodchucks. Next 4, including tonight on the road, as Brady Jurgella up for the second time, 1-for-1 with an RBI. Mason Hill into inning number 5 of work for the Dock Spiders. He's looked pretty good so far. Breaking ball missing just high for ball 1. 1-1 count to Jurgella, the Minnesota Golden Gopher, who picked up that single in the second, which was his 23rd hit. And he is now up in the count 3-1. Or 2-1 rather. 2-1 to Jurgella. Fouled off. And out of play. So now 2-2 to the Minnesota Golden Gopher, who extended his 21-game on-base streak to 22 in his last at-bat. And also picked up another RBI, and he is down on strikes. Strike 3 from Mason Hill, and he picks up a third strikeout of the game. But like I was saying, Brady Jurgella picked up a 7th RBI. Back in the second, and now here in the 5th, he's down on strikes as Brennan Holt steps in for the second time, 0-for-1 with a strikeout. First pitch. Fastball missing outside from Mason Hill, who's been in the upper 90s with his fastball lately. Or not upper 90s, upper 80s, I should say. 1-0. Missing fastball again outside. Update from that Wisconsin Rapids-Madison game. It's the Raptors who win 3-0, and they have just swept Madison. So if this game is going to go the way it looks like it will, the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors will be in first place in the Great Lakes West, ahead of the Wausau Woodchucks, tied for it, but they'll be ahead. Green Bay tied with Lakeshore right now, 1-1, as the Chinooks beat the Rockers last night in Green Bay. 2-1. High, 3-1. 3-1. And Brandon Holt takes the 5-pitch walk. Another walk allowed by Mason Hill. Make that the 4th of the game allowed from the right-hander, or the 3rd rather. And now Dalton Pearson, who's 0 for 6 in the series. Looking to break that. Has to be what feels like the longest stretch of time without an on-base appearance for Pearson this season, I'd say. Mason Hill, first pitch. Pearson showed bunt. Brandon Holt off to second. The throw goes into center field. No one was covering the bag, so Holt will be off to third base. And a stolen base, then error puts him at third. First error of the game, and funny enough, it goes to the team who's up 7-1. I'm assuming it's going to be a throwing error on the catcher, Lorenzo Rios, because no one was covering the bag. But definitely could be an error on the fact that the infielders were just nowhere near second base. And it's not like it's that big of a deal for Fond du Lac anyway, spotting a 6-run lead. 0-1 to Pearson. Strike 2. Mason Hill's 0-2 to Pearson, is 0 for 2. Pearson, a little ahead of the breaking ball, and swings it foul on the third base line. Oh, 2, once again, to Pearson. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. It catches the upper half, and Pearson down looking on strikes. Second strikeout in the inning for Mason Hill. First inning of the game where he's had 2 or more strikeouts in the same inning. 4th overall in the day for the right-hander from Aquinas College in Michigan. And now Anthony McFarland takes breaking ball for strike 1. The most this season that Hill has gone is 5 1/3 innings. That came against Madison as McFarland down the third base line and foul. He's down 0-2. Picked up the win against the Mallards on June 20th, where he went 5 1/3, allowing 5 hits, 3 runs all earned, striking out 3 and only 1 walk. As escaping the glove of Lorenzo Rios is the 1-2 pitch to McFarland. And coming on home is Brandon Holt, and it's now 7-2. So Woodchucks scoring their second run of the game. And they now scored the exact same amount as they have last night. On deck, Jesse Donahoe, if McFarland able to get on. 1-2, bases empty. McFarland fouls off the breaking ball. And he'll stay alive at 1-2 for at least another pitch. The 1-2 with 2 outs. McFarland takes it outside. 2-2. The best the Rockers can do from Green Bay is be a half game out of first place going into tomorrow if they can beat Lakeshore. But like I mentioned, it's 1-1 at Capco Park right now. 2-2. McFarland swings and misses, and he's tagged out by Rios. Third strikeout in the inning for Mason Hill, and he has struck out the side. But Brandon Holt scores, and it's 7-2. Fond du Lac through 4.5 here at Herr-Baker Field. This is Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're just sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Welcome back to the Woodchucks Baseball Network. 7-2 lead for the Dock Spiders as the Woodchucks are back out on defense. And leading off for Fond du Lac is the 8-hitter Jacob Anderson, 8-9 then top here in the 5th. He's up for the 3rd time, and he is 1 for 1 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run. 1-0 grounded foul down the third base line. Jacob Anderson, the Michigan State Spartan, fellow Big Ten man just like myself. 1-1. Anderson past the glove of Brent Witter and will not escape the infield, but will be an infield single. He picks up his 2nd of the game. And Fond du Lac now ready with their 10th hit of the game. Anderson now 2 for 2. And he has picked up his 8th and 9th hits of the season so far this summer. Drew Berrigan, the shortstop, takes first pitch fastball on the off speed by Zeidler, who's into his 3rd inning of work. Oh, 1. Hit in the air and foul. Berkland's looking at it, is playable, and makes the grab for out number 1 here as Berrigan retired for the first time. Connor Cooney, the center fielder, up again as that one gets away from Berkland, and heading to second base is Jacob Anderson on the pass ball. So now the double play ball out of effect with 1 out here, which will extend the inning for at least another at bat after Connor Cooney. It's Cooney, then Travis Strickler. Cooney 1 for 2 with the RBI triple back in the 2nd. A walk and 2 runs, and that one misses on the changeup by Zeidler for ball 2. Two-0 from Zeidler to Cooney. Cooney past the glove of Brigham. And now the 11th hit of the board. Second single and 3 batters already. Both infield singles as that one escapes the glove of Brigham. And Brock Moss, the field manager for the Woodchucks, coming out to more than likely make a pitching change. And because Theo Zeidler is a first half guy, that is probably what is his last outing as a Woodchuck. So Theo Zeidler, thank you very much for your time here in Wausau, if that is it. As coming into the game is Tyler Nickel will step aside while he warms up. It's the bottom of the 5th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Tyler Nickel in for the 7th time this season. The Belle Chase, Louisiana native from Coppin State, soon to be transferring to Northwestern State, which is very close to home for him in Louisiana, after being in Maryland with Coppin State, playing what will be his final year of eligibility with Northwestern State of the Southland Conference. 0-1 to the left fielder Travis Strickler. And that one low, throwing and stealing is Connor Cooney. And because of the fact it was a double steal, coming on home is Jacob Anderson. It's 8-1 Fond du Lac. So Cooney now at second base. And it's a 1-1 count from Nickel to Strickler. Nickel, 1-0 record, 6.23 ERA, 2.54 walks and hits per innings pitched rate, 8 2/3 pitched so far, 8 strikeouts, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Has allowed 15 walks and has an opposing batting average of .250. The right-hander. Strickler, who is 2 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. 2-1. Strickler up the middle and will be gloved by Donahoe. The throw will not be in time to bring him in. And coming home and scoring from second on that play is Connor Cooney. 9-1 Fond du Lac. Third infield single of the inning for the Dock Spiders. And they have 12 hits on the board already. Now up Teddy Dieters, the first baseman. As stealing second base is Travis Strickler. And it'll be a 1-0 count to Teddy Dieters with only one out here in the 5th. 1-0. Dieters takes fastball for strike one from Nickel, who's usually upper 80s numbers on the fastball. He'll also feature a slider, and a curveball. We'll mix in a changeup as well. 1-1. Ground ball, Donahoe. The throw to Brigham in time for out number 2, as Dieters has grounded out. And now up to bat is Parker Nolan with 2 outs here in the 5th, and Travis Strickler at third base. First pitch from Nickel on a fastball outside, ball 1. Tyler Nickel made 17 appearances with 6 starts this past season for Coppin State of the MEAC. 1-0. Fastball strike 1 to Parker Nolan, the Vanderbilt Commodore. He went 1-5 with a 7.49 ERA. 2.02 walks and hits per innings pitched rate. Went 39 2/3. 40 strikeouts, 44 hits, 37 runs, 33 earned. As that one gets away from Birkeland, but prohibits Travis Strickler from coming home. Walked 36 batters and had an opposing batting average of .288. His season high for innings pitched was 7 full in an April 1st game against Hartford, and he also had 7 strikeouts in that same game. 2-1. In the dirt for ball 3. The one win for Nickel came against Delaware on May 14th. 4 no-hit outings and 3 no-walk outings for the right-hander. 3-1 to Noland. Nolan in the air into left field. It's going into foul territory, and Jorgella is there to make the grab for out number 3. Fond du Lac adds 2, though, in the 5th here, and are up 9-2 after 5 full played here at Herr-Baker Field. Here, listen to Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Top of the 6th inning between the Woodchucks and the Dock Spiders. 9-2 lead for Fond du Lac. As Jesse Donahoe up for the 3rd time in this game. 1 for 2, singled back in the 3rd, 1 of 3 hits that the Woodchucks have in this game. Mason Hill into inning number 6 of work as Donahoe down the first base line. He's heading to second and will actually stop at first, as it was a good play by Jared Heinzen out and right to track that one along the first base line. Donahoe picks up his 2nd hit of the game and has now eclipsed 30 hits on the season. Donahoe hitting hits number 29 and 30. Leadoff single here in the 6th as Brent Witter up for the 3rd time. 0 for 1 with a walk. Got to 3rd base in the 2nd, but was stranded. Or was the runner that scored actually off the RBI single by Jurgella. And he swings and misses off the changeup by Mason Hill. Donahoe's 2 hits now, a part of 4 in the game for Wausau. 1-1. Witter fouled off. If the score does hold up, the Woodchucks will be tied for first, but behind Wisconsin Rapids into tomorrow. Green Bay still notched up at 1 apiece with Lakeshore. Mason Hill outside for ball 2 on the breaking ball. Two to Witter. Witter swings and misses. 5th strikeout for Mason Hill. Drew Berklin, who is 0 for 1, who also walked back in the 2nd. Up for the 3rd time. On deck is Colin Brigham if we're able to get there. Berklin swings and misses on the fastball. That game at Capco Park, only 1 hit on the board for the Rockers. Oh, 1. And make that 0-2. Another fastball. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors are big fans of this score right now. 9-2. Berklin, ground ball. Nice play by Luke Nowitzki at 3rd. And they do not turn the double play in time. But they do get out the lead runner in Jesse Donahoe. So a ground into fielder's choice for Berklin. And the 5-4 put out at second base for Donahoe. Colin Brigham up for the 3rd time, 1 for 2. His single in the 4th is 1 of 4 hits on the board for the Woodchucks. And Donahoe takes the breaking ball low for ball 1. Top of the 6th inning here at Herr-Baker Field in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. The 2nd of 6 times this season the Woodchucks will play here. And the next time will be Tuesday night after 2 games, tomorrow and Monday in Lakeshore. Tomorrow's first pitch right back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network at 1:05. And then Mondays will be a first pitch of 6:35 right back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network to end the first half. 2-1. Brigham in the air. Right center field. Connor Cooney there. Makes the grab out number 3 here in the 6th. And that retires the side. The Woodchucks do not add a run, and it's still 9-2 Fond du Lac here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Welcome back to the Woodchucks Baseball Network, as it is the bottom of the sixth here at Herr-Baker Field, and it is all Dock Spiders, 9-2. They're back up to bat after back-to-back innings where they at least put up a run, a one-run fourth, and a two-run fifth. And Tyler Nickel here in the sixth, lined right into the glove of Brennan Holt, is the first pitch seen by Jared Heinzen. And for the first time since the third, and for the second time all game, the leadoff man is not aboard for the Dock Spiders. But every batter in the lineup has already reached base. And that came off the hit by pitch on Lorenzo Rios in the fourth. And here he is again, Lorenzo Rios. Breaking ball from Tyler Nickel on the sliding curve in there for strike one. Tyler Nickel came in for the final 2/3 of the fifth inning and got the Woodchucks out of it. Goes right back to the curveball. Strike two. 0-2 to Lorenzo Rios, who was 0 for 2 at the hit by pitch. Fastball. Rios hit into foul territory along left field line. Jurgella won't have a play on it. So we'll try the 0-2 again. And fastball outside from Nickel. 1-2 to Lorenzo Rios, the Presbyterian College catcher. The pitch, fastball down the middle, fouled off by Rios. Staying alive at 1-2. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Woodchucks. 9 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Dock Spiders. 2-1 Woodchucks last night, as Rios does not come through on the inside breaking ball, and the count is 2-2. Only had 4 hits all game, did the Dock Spiders last night in the 2-1 win for the Woodchucks. Fastball by Tyler Nickel outside, and the count is full. Dock Spiders put up 13 in a 13-11 win over Madison the other night. Their last home game here. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. Tyler Nickel picks up his first strikeout. And Lorenzo Rios down looking. As now coming up to the plate, looking to avoid a 1-2-3 inning. I can't believe I'm saying that for the first time. Is Luke Nowitzki. The Dock Spiders have had at least a base runner in every inning so far. And in fact, have had a hit. At least 1 hit so far in the first 5 innings on offense. Nowitzki, first pitch swing on a fastball, fouled off down the right field line. He's down 0-1 to Tyler Nickel. And this one popped into the infield, but will go foul by Nowitzki. So that's strike 2. And the Woodchucks looking for a first 1-2-3 inning of the game on defense. Just got to count up the positives at this point in this one. There will be 2 games left in the first half, as the Woodchucks will have to sweep Lakeshore if they want to win the first half of the Great Lakes West, and they'll need Wisconsin Rapids to lose 1 0-2. Grounded foul. In fact, while we're on it, let's see how the Great Lakes West will round out. It'll be the Rafters coming to play these Dock Spiders for the final two. The 0-2 again fouled off by Nowitzki, and that one played on a hop by Holt, 4-3, and that will end the inning. First 1-2-3 inning of the game for the Woodchucks on defense, and first inning without a hit or a base runner for the Dock Spiders. And we are through 6 full here at Herr-Baker Field on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. 9-2 Dock Spiders.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Will Charlton with you here tonight on the Woodchucks Baseball Network, as it is still a 9-2 lead for Fond du Lac, but the Woodchucks are coming off their first 1-2-3 inning on defense. So let's see if that can maybe provide to some offense here, as Mason Hill out for the 7th inning of work. Has gone 6 full. This is already his longest outing of the season, and only his second start as well. And he has been having himself a very nice night on the mound. 5 strikeouts, only 2 runs off 4 hits. And he's facing off against Mike McGinnis once again. McGinnis pulled way down the foul line. Actually hit the light post along the left field line. That's how well it was pulled. McGinnis 0 for 2. With his last at bat being a ground into a double play. And it's a 1-1 count from Mason Hill. Breaking ball high. Ball 2. 9 more outs to work with for the Woodchucks, who need 7 more runs to try and get back in this thing. 2-1. McGinnis on the ground. Nowitzki gets it and throws it over to Dieters in time for out number 1. 5-3. McGinnis now 0 for 3. And you know a game's probably going wrong for a team when a guy is only getting his 3rd at bat of the game in the 7th inning. Jurgela up for the 3rd time, 1 for 2. RBI single, that came in the 2nd. Put up the first of 2 runs in the game for the Woodchucks. Jurgela swings and misses, strike 1. Jurgela, 1 of 6 Woodchucks to reach in this game tonight. as he's dealing with a 1-1 count from the right arm of Mason Hill. Jurgella hits this one past the glove of Drew Berrigan. He picks up his second single of the game. Diving effort by Drew Berrigan is not enough. And Jurgella on first base now and just picked up his 24th hit of the season. Sixth time these two are meeting this season, as it's been the Woodchucks in the first game of each two-game set, and the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders in the latter of two. 3-1 in the combined no-hitter that the Woodchucks threw against the Dock Spiders at Athletic Park. Brendan Holt down the first base line, stopped by Dieters, gets away from him. This will be a tough play, and Brendan Holt will be in there safely, as Teddy Dieters couldn't corral the ball in time and get it to Mason Hill, was charging the bag, so that will be hit number 6 on the board, as Brendan Holt on with his first single of the game and first hit in general. And it looks like that is all that Doug Coe is going to want to see today out of Mason Hill. And if that is the case, as Doug Coe has not singled to the bullpen yet, but I'm assuming he will do so in just a moment here, as maybe he's just going out there to actually talk to Mason Hill. There was a bit of a spill and a tumble between both Brendan Holt and Mason Hill at first base, so maybe Doug Coe's just going out there to talk to him. He's just going out there to talk to him. Yeah, he's going to let Mason Hill keep pitching. Actually, I don't even see anyone warming up in the Dock Spider bullpen, at least throwing-wise. There's some stretching going on, but no throwing. So Mason Hill will keep pitching. One out here in the 7th with runners on first and second after back-to-back singles by Jurgella and Holt. And now Dalton Pearson up for the 4th time. He's looking to break a 0-for-7 series now. And it could come at a big time to deliver for the Woodchucks. Mason Hill, fastball gets away from Lorenzo Rios. Both runners will advance to the next base. So now runners on first and second for the Woodchucks. And if Dalton Pearson can get one into the outfield, that will score the 3rd run of the game at least for Wausau. But after this game, the Woodchucks are going to become big Fond du Lac Dock Spider fans, as the Rapids Raptors are on their way in here. Dalton Pearson down the left field line goes foul. Just a little ahead of it. And that would have been the hit the Woodchucks needed to try and get back into this thing a little bit. So it'll be a 1-1 count instead, with 1 out. Pearson takes the curveball high for ball 2. 2-1 between the Georgia State Panther and the Aquinas College product Mason Hill. And Pearson waits on a breaking ball, but it goes foul down the first base line. Pearson, who came into this one leading the team in batting average at .354, leading the team in hits at 34, which is tied for 4th in the entire Northwoods League as well. A part of those 34 hits are 11 doubles, which is best on the team and best in the Northwoods League. 5 home runs, which is best on the team and tied for 4th in the Northwoods League. 2-2. Pearson fouls it off just off the edge of his bat. 29 RBIs, which is best on the team and best in the Northwoods League. 14 stolen bases, which is best on the team and 4th in the Northwoods League. A slugging percentage of .625 and a .439 on base percentage. So he came into this game leading the team in a lot of categories. 2-2. Pearson, and that one catches the lower half of the strike zone on the outside corner. And Pearson down looking for the 2nd time of the game. Dalton Pearson now 0 for 8 in the series. Anthony McFarland, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. up for the fourth time, looking to score runs for the Woodchucks, and fouls one down, or just right behind him. The Cal Riverside product, who had 3 hits last night. Oh, 1. And this one hit right back at Mason Hill, and he makes a great play on it. And we'll throw it over to Dieters for out number 1. If he got that into center field, that would have scored 2 runs. But he didn't, and he's retired for the 4th time in the game off a 1-3 ground out. Woodchucks strand 2 runners, and it's still 9-2 Dock Spiders as we head into the bottom of the 7th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Bottom of the 7th here after the Woodchucks have stranded 2 runners. And they're still trailing by 7 runs to Fond du Lac as Tyler Nickel out there for the second full inning of work. Just looking to keep this thing a 9-2 game after providing the first 1-2-3 inning of the game for the Woodchucks. Jacob Anderson now down 0-2 after a take and a swing through on back-to-back strikes on breaking balls by Tyler Nickel, the soon-to-be Northwestern State product after entering the transfer portal and transferring from Coppin State. 0-2. And that breaking ball just goes low, gets away from Birkeland for a ball 1 to Jacob Anderson, the Michigan State Spartan, who is 2 for 2. 2 runs, a walk, 2 stolen bases. 1-2. And a slider misses high. Nickel, the 2-2 to Anderson. Way inside a fastball, 3-2 count. Nearly 2 hours of game time here tonight at Herr-Baker Field. Bottom of the 7th. 3-2. Swung at high in the air by Anderson and will go out of play. Into foul territory. He'll stay alive at 3-2. And we'll try the payoff once again. Nickel, the 3-2. Outside, and that is a leadoff walk here for the Dock Spiders in the 7th. Anderson now on for the 4th time of the game. Drew Berrigan, the shortstop. 1 for 3 with the RBI double back in the second. Also a restart on fielder's choice in the third. First pitch from Nickel. Inside. Ball 1. Last at bat, he hit it into foul territory. It was caught by Drew Berkland. 1-0. That one drops in low on the curveball. 2-0. And the pitch, the 2-0 from Nickel. Fastball, first strike 1. Nickel, who went 1-2-3 back in the 6th, retiring Hines and Rios and Novitsky in that order. In fact, picking up a strikeout against Rios. Looking to get the first out here in the 7th. 2-1. And now it's 3-1 off the low fastball. The Belle Chase, Louisiana native Tyler Nickel. Drew Berggren of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. 3-1. Catches the outer half for strike 2. Payoff pitch with no outs. Swing and miss, and heading to second on a steal is Jacob Anderson. He's in there safely, as they're going to call it a batter's interference on the throw. So that is going to get out Jacob Anderson at second base as well. Very interesting. So it's a swinging strikeout for Drew Berggren. The catcher's interference on Jacob Anderson, or on Drew Berggren on the throw attempt from Drew Berkland. So I guess that'd be hitter's interference, not catcher's interference, actually. But 2 outs here in the 7th, and Tyler Nickel technically looking to go 1-2-3, only facing 3 batters. Connor Cooney, the center fielder, up for the 5th time. He's had himself a great night at the plate. 2 for 3. RBI triple, 3 runs, a walk, and a stolen base. 1-1. Breaking ball just misses low. To the College of the Holy Cross man, Connor Cooney. And now it's a 3-1 count after the off-speed misses outside. Connor Cooney from Nowat, Colorado. Holy Cross in Massachusetts. 3-1. Fastball right down the middle. Strike 2. Fouled off by Cooney. And the count is full of 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Woodchucks looking to get out of it. Picking up what would be their second straight scoreless inning on defense. Payoff pitch. In there for strike 3, and Cooney swings and misses. So Tyler Nickel picks up back-to-back strikeouts here. And that will end the 7th inning. And it's still 9-2, Fond du Lac into the 8th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Obviously, 98 pitches isn't enough, as Mason Hill, the starter, will be entering inning number 8 of work for the Dock Spiders. There is someone throwing in the pen right now, but they're going to let him go into the 8th. He's already gone 7 full and has looked very solid, but I gotta say, I'm a little shocked with the fact they're leaving him into the 8th. I don't think you're risking much by putting in a reliever. I think he's done just enough work, but obviously Doug Coe wants to keep him in, so why not let him go more? And he still looks pretty good. His breaking ball in there for strike 1 to Jesse Donahoe. 3-4-5, starting with Donahoe, then Witter and Birkland here in the 8th. 6 outs left for the Woodchucks to try and crawl back into this thing. Donahoe takes back-to-back breaking balls. He's down 0-2. And Mason Hill has just pitched his 100th pitch of the game. 0-2. Donahoe takes outside. Fastball from Mason Hill. 1-2. Mason Hill. Fastball in there, and it's a punch out. Donahoe down looking. Eight strikeouts now for Mason Hill. Came into this with a 10.7 or 10.67 ERA and a 2-3 record. Certainly showing that he's better than those stats. Brent Witter up for the 4th time. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. And he fouls off first pitch fastball for strike 1. Brent Witter, the Evansville ace. 0-1. Inside, that hit him. That hit Brent Witter. And he will be the first base runner allowed here in the 8th. As Doug Coe is going to let Mason Hill go for another batter, it looks like. And Drew Birkland will be the next batter up for the Woodchucks. The Minnesota Golden Gopher is 0 for 2 with a walk and a reach on fielder's choice. Mason Hill, first pitch to the righty as Witter gets checked back over at first base from Lorenzo Rios, but nothing doing. So 1-0 from Mason Hill to Drew Birkland. And Birkland swings and misses on an elevated fastball. One. Birkland swings it right back to Mason Hill. 1-6-3 double play. That ends the inning. Mason Hill has gone 8 full here and is dealing tonight here at Herr-Baker Field. Honestly, I got to give my tip of the cap to him. It's a very impressive outing for Mason Hill. Woodchucks back on defense for more than likely the last time when we come back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Bottom of the 8th inning, Tyler Nichols still out there for the Woodchucks as they'll be looking to just get out of this one and keep it a 7-run ball game into the 9th, where they'll have to at least put up 7 to tie. And starting off for the Dock Spiders here in the 9th, or the 8th rather, will be Travis Strickler, the 2-hitter. Tyler Nichols only faced off against 6 batters in the past 2 full innings, and he's into his 3rd inning of work. 1-0 to Strickler, the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical product. And Strickler swings through the first strike. 1-1 count. On the bright side, it's been a very solid outing so far for Tyler Nichols, who since coming in for Theo Zeidler in the 5th has retired. Handful of batters faced. Has retired 7 of 8 so far. It's not too bad. Two-two to Strickler. Strickler into the glove of Brennan Holt, and he makes the play not in time. That would have been a fantastic play by Brennan Holt, but it is beat out by Travis Strickler, who is hustling down the first base line, and he picks up his 4th hit of the game. And if I'm correct on this, I'm pretty sure I am, that is his 3rd infield hit of the game. Teddy Dieters, the first baseman, up for the 4th time. 1 for 4. Going to second is Strickler, and he will be in there with a stolen base. Oh, 1 to Dieters. Nickel inside on the breaking ball. Ball 1, 1-1 count to Dieters, the Xavier Musketeer from Maple Plain, Minnesota. Going to third, and now calling a pickle is Travis Strickler, and he will be in the base path, and Jesse Donahoe got in the way. Jesse Donahoe got in the way of the base path, and he's going to be safe at third base. That is just pretty much the way the game has gone tonight. That is a direct indication of how the way the game has gone, as Donahoe ran into Strickler on the base path. That should have easily been out number 1 here in the 8th, but now he's at third base. 1-1 to Dieters. Outside, gets away from Berkland. Coming home is Strickler. It's 10-2 Fond du Lac. Still no outs here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Two-one to Dieters. Dieters into left field on the line, and Jurgella makes the grab. Got up with it, and that was a fantastic grab by Brady Jurgella, which at this point, if you see a good play, you just got to pretty much be happy about it, because that's one of the good things that have happened tonight for the Woodchucks. Nice play by Brady Jurgella. As Nickel goes fastball first to Parker Noland, who's up for the 5th time himself. And Noland on the ground to Brigham. Brigham tosses it to Nickel for out number 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And now with 2 outs comes Jared Hines in. Hines in takes first pitch on the off speed for ball 1, and then coming through on the swing, on the half swing, is Hines in. He's at 1-1. One from Nickel. And Hines in takes it for strike 2 on a fastball. 1-2. And Hines in will step out for a moment to fix up his elbow pad, it looks like. And he'll step in for the 1-2. And he swings and misses. Tyler Nickel picks up another strikeout. He's had himself a pretty nice game. In relief. And now 3 2/3 innings pitched. Definitely his best outing of the season so far. And the Woodchucks have 3 more outs to work with when we come back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Woodchucks have 3 more outs to work with here as they trail by 7 and are risking falling into a hole that would really kind of hinder their chances at trying to win the first half, as they will be tied with Wisconsin Rapids if they cannot find a way to start crawling back into this one. Mason Hill's day is finally over after 8 full innings, striking out 8 batters, only allowing 2 runs. Jack Zupfer from St. Thomas in Minnesota into the game. Colin Brigham down the first base line and foul for strike 2. Brigham, the leadoff batter, for 6, 7, 8 here in the inning for the Woodchucks. Brigham, who is 1 for 3. And the 1-2. High fastball from Zupfer, the Mounds View, Minnesota native. And that hits the umpire, Ted Dutcher, and hopefully he's okay. That did not look like it felt good at all. As Ted Dutcher is going to be checked out by the athletic trainers. Looks like he's being able to shake it off just fine. It'll be a 3-2 count to Brigham when we come back to play, as Ted Dutcher looks like he's going to be okay to keep going. Very good sign to see. He was nailed in the leg by a pitch. So now Lorenzo Rios will give the ball back to Zupfer. Zupfer is coming in for the third time this season as a 0 flat ERA and 2 full innings pitched. Has given up 2 hits, 1 run not earned, and has struck out 1. Payoff pitch, Brigham in the air into center field. Connor Cooney's tracking it and does not make the grab, lost in the light. As Brigham's heading into second base, Connor Cooney lost the ball. And it dropped it looked like about 10 feet away from him. I'm not too sure what happened there. Connor Cooney must have just lost it. Looked like he had it on track perfectly, and then the ball just drops out of nowhere. So is that... I'll have to see if that goes down as a hit or an error. It's going down as a hit on the scoreboard. And they're saying hit for Brigham. So he's at second with a leadoff hit here in the 9th. I guess they'll call it a leadoff double. McGinnis up to bat for the 4th time, and he swings down a ball that goes way into foul territory along the left field line. So Brigham picks up his second hit of the game with that one. And McGinnis now down 0-2 to Zupfer. The pitch, inside breaking ball. 1-1. McGinnis awaits. Swings at it. Into left field it goes. Brigham will be held up at third base. Runners now in the corners here with 1 out in the 9th. McGinnis picks up his first hit of the game. Now 1 for 4. And coming up to bat is Brady Jurgella with no outs here in the 9th. The Woodchucks need 8 to try and tie this game up. And 8 runs in an inning is not exactly impossible, but very much not likely. Jurgella has 2 singles in the game, hits this one into foul territory, and that will be playable. But losing it in the light is Dieters. And it does go out of play, so I guess not playable. In fact, these 2 back-to-back hits have been the 3rd and 4th hits allowed by Zupfer. Oh, 1 to Jurgella. And he swings and misses at a fastball. He's down 0-2. Jurgella, 2 for 3 on the night. RBI single came back in the second, then he singled again in the seventh. The 0-2. Short hit breaking ball in the infield. Berrigan does not make the throw in time, so that'll be an RBI infield hit for Jurgella. Picks up his third single of the game. And the Woodchucks have scored the third run here of the game. Brennan Holt up for the fourth time. 1-4-2. Singled back in the seventh. Infield single that was. And it takes first pitch fastball for strike one from Zupfer. 3 hits from the first 3 batters faced here in the top of the ninth. Brennan Holt now down 0-2, swinging through a fastball. The top of the order, and Dalton Pearson is on deck. Oh, 2. Holt fouls off. The elevated fastball stays alive. Mending a triple play, Dalton Pearson will get a 5th try at a hit in this 2-game set. And a 9th overall. 0-2. Brennan Holt fouls it back again. If the score does hold, it will be the 3rd loss of the season for the Woodchucks to the Dock Spiders, a team they went 5-7 against a season ago. The 0-2 to Holt. And Holt swings and misses. And because of the fact that there is a runner on first base, the drop third strike rule not in effect. And now 1 out here in the 9th with Dalton Pearson coming to the plate. 10-3 Dock Spiders. Dalton Pearson. Dalton Pearson takes high fastball for strike one, or ball one rather. 0 for 8 in the series is the center fielder from Georgia State. 1-0. And that one in there in the lower half for strike one to Pearson. One out between Zupfer and Pearson. Pearson fouls that one off. And he's down 1-2. The 1-2 from Zupfer to Pearson. Pearson swings and misses. And he's been struck out for a 3rd straight time. He's now 0 for 9 the series and will probably finish 0 for 9 the series. And now with 1 out left for the Woodchucks, Anthony McFarland looks to be who keeps the game alive at least for 1 more out. Or 1 more batter, that is. Zupfer, first pitch to McFarland, fouled back on a fastball. McFarland 0 for 4. The Cal Riverside product, the DH tonight for the Woodchucks. 0-1. McFarland now down 0-2. Swings and misses. Oh, 2. 2 outs. Zupfer. McFarland on the ground. Berrigan. The throw in time to Teddy Eaters, and that is the ball game. Dock Spiders win 10-3 and split the 2-game set with the Woodchucks, who are now tied for first place in the West with Wisconsin Rapids and are behind them because of the fact Wisconsin Rapids is 4-2 against the Chucks this season. That is a very unfortunate split for the Woodchucks, and they will need to sweep the Lakeshore Chinooks and have Fond du Lac take down the Raptors in the next 2 days once to win the Great Lakes West first half. Make sure to come right back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network for a 105 first pitch against the Lakeshore Chinooks tomorrow at Capco Park, as I'll be there with the Woodchucks covering and announcing the game for you. But for tonight, I'm Will Charlton saying good night. Have a good rest of your Saturday. See you tomorrow.